How about it? He turns, grabs his quarterstaff. This is as alive as you've seen him. He has obviously now been well fed. His wounds have been tended to. Clutches his quarterstaff. Shall you fight me for it? There's honor. Which of us the men will call captain, as when the day is done?
Alright, are the rest of us awake, or is
Oh yeah, this is the loud banging and now shouting. Looking out into the mess, many of the crew the morning meal has not been served yet. Many of the crew are awake, and they have started to stream a little bit into the mess to watch this spectacle. And some of them are cheering the Dragonborn on.
Okay, I'm gonna Tarin. The Dragonborn's right.
How so?
None of us want to be on this ship. None of us want to live the seafaring life of a pirate. None of us want to stay at sea for the rest of our lives. Why would we want control of the ship? Let's let him have it and go about our way.
The she-devil speaks truth, says the Dragonborn. You should listen to her wisdom.
All I know is I want to get off of this damn boat and get my feet on the land where a gnome belongs.
So much for that gnomish curiosity.
No, I'm going to keep exploring. Just not on a damn boat anymore. I'm getting antsy.
Tarin, where are you wearing the captain's keys? You put them on your belt?
Yeah.
Dragonborn sees them. So I'll be having those,
Well, they're inside,
please.
sorry, I have the pouch on my belt.
You have the pouch, but the keys are not hanging from your belt.
No.
Okay.
Alright, so what's our share then? How does this divide between you, us, and the men?
He nods as we'll divide it fairly. I'll take half, the rest of you can split what's left. He looks back at the cook. So I've asked you twice for the captain's key to this room. I'm going to ask you one more time, and then I'm going to gut you right here in this hallway. Orphan stammers, hearing the threat, tries to back off. He says, I don't have it. I told you.
I'll step between them now. I'll take out the key.
Okay.
A third.
He puts his quarterstaff between the two of you.
1/3 for you, 1/3 for us, and 1/3 for the crew.
He holds his quarterstaff between you, the two of you. Looks down at you with his one eye. Says, I'm sorry, did you think we were negotiating? I told you I'm taking control of this ship.
I'm gonna do a quick mental. Do we actually want to fight this guy to the rest of the group? I don't have any particular interest in it.
I say, I say to him mentally, you know, if you really want to go for it, be my guest, but I'm not backing you up.
My only concern at this point, I say to you mentally, is where he's planning on taking this ship.
At this point, it doesn't sound like we have much of an argument unless we actually want to fight, which honestly, I'm not up for today.
Oh, I forgot to refill his hit points. That's a be a good idea. There we go.
I don't feel like taking on my Dragonborn. I like my Dragonborn.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with him.
So you hand over the key?
Alright. That's fair then.
Sure. Let's see where this takes us.
All
I'll
right.
give him
How
the
many
key.
of you were still standing in the room, and how many of you were standing?
I was in the hallway over here.
Yeah, we're kind of like watching him from the room, I guess.
Yeah, I'm kind of hanging back.
He holds the key up and shows the men in the mess hall. So forget what you heard yesterday. Now you are all under the order of Captain Warwinax. We sail to the northern mountains and feast with my father. He turns and opens the door to the treasury. Arvin turns around and goes into the mess. A couple of the crewmen come forward, and you guys behold the treasure that I described to Zook a moment ago.
Mm-hmm.
And he's loading things up into crates, and he's having some crewmen help him. He walks back out, holding a large crate in his hands, a large chest rather, clasped shut, but you can tell it's weighed heavy with coin. And he looks over at Orphan and nods to her. Says, and throw that one over. I don't like the look of her. Then he turns and heads up to the deck.
Like hell.
Why do people keep saying that?
A couple of the crewmen advance on you.
Yeah, no.
So that's initiative
Yeah.
again?
Yeah. Mental dog.
fuck
The
you,
mental.
dude.
At this point, the mental signal is all right. Dogpile the Dragonborn. Try not kill too many of the crew. We need some of them to sail this thing out of here. And I'm gonna tell Arvin in his head, you might want to take cover.
Take cover. Okay. All right, I'm gonna start calling out initiative numbers. I rolled really bad, so don't worry about him going first.
I still gotta roll. Who's got my dice? Where my guys go?
You don't get to roll all those dice, McClain. Just one of them.
I was just bringing them over.
Okay.
Ooh, I got a good one.
Oh, I'm gonna fill your AC back up first. Tarin, what's your max AC? Or not AC, HP?
9, I believe.
9. Adric, what's yours?
Yes.
10 or 16.
16.
Or no, I'm sorry. 10 hit points.
I was gonna say not at first level. It's not. Zook, what is your max HP?
I'm full. I didn't take any damage.
Oh, I already erased it. What is it? 10.
It was 10.
I could just check your character sheets. Why am I asking you?
I don't know.
And Orphan, yours is 8.
Yes.
Okay. I keep losing my mouse. I think it's starting to die. Alright, did anybody roll initiative 20?
I got a 20.
20, Zook. 19? 18, 17, 16, 15, 14?
16!
16. Adric. Alright, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9.
9, Tarin.
8. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
5.
5.
Yep.
Alright, so Tarin tells you all telepathically to gird for battle. Everyone gang up on the Dragonborn. So go ahead and put yourself where you're going to be. I'm going to put 2 crewmen down here.
This is about where I started.
I mean, I was still in the room, so...
Yeah.
Oh, God. Wait, you said he moved into the mess earlier.
Yeah, he moved back into the mess. He's no longer in the hallway. But when he hears them... When he hears the order to throw the Tiefling over, he kind of stands... He kind of glances back. He looks back and... you also see... I forgot this dude's name. Swent. Move into the hallway, brandishing one of his daggers.
All right.
So I guess you
this is
probably
really
look
freaking
at that.
good.
That's amazing. Roll to 20 for Swent. Zook, you have initiative.
Oh, good lord. I don't know if I want to be the one starting this.
No, you totally want to be the one starting it.
I'm gonna pick a fight with the dragon. Shit. What do I do? Are we just opening fire on him? I call out to him. What do I have? Deception. I have a little bit of persuasion. What the hell? We'll try. I'm gonna try to persuade him to just not do this. I call out to him. We're all friends. We fought hard together. You've seen, how good we can be together. Don't do this. That doesn't have to be a fight.
Roll persuasion at disadvantage.
Oh, what disadvantage. Fantastic.
That's a waste of a 19. That's too bad.
Well, unless it's
So 14.
14 plus 2. I got 16?
16? He considers it. For only a split second.
No.
Well, you love her so much, Gnome, I'll have you join her. How's that? There's my counter offer as your captain.
No, thank you.
Goes on to Swent. And so you're standing right here in the doorway, barring the Dragonborn's path? Orphan?
Yes, that's right.
Alright, Swent comes right up behind her. He shouts out, "She fought as well as any of you. If she'll go over, I'll go with her." And he's brandishing his knife. And it goes to Adric.
Alright. Point at this guy. It's twice. Twice that we've released you from bondage. Twice we've saved your life. Twice she has saved your life. You're throwing her off now? You're fucking stupid.
Is there,
charisma, baby!
is there an attack forthcoming?
Depends on how he reacts to that.
Okay, well, he doesn't get a turn for a while, so... But that's the end of your action. You're not going to get to react to him when he attacks.
Okay.
Alright, Taven. Or Tarin. Why did I put a V in there? There's no V there. Taven. Or Tarin. God damn it! Destil, take your goddamn turn.
Quarterstaff hits. Is that a 9 or a 6? I can't tell with all the hands.
It's a 9.
That's a 6. Underline is on the other side of the number.
Oh.
That's quarter hitting a 10.
It hits AC 10?
Yep.
Then it misses. So you're just swinging at him with your quarterstaff. And he's holding this chest in his hand, and he's not expecting the attack. But he swings over to meet it with his own quarterstaff, and as he does, he drops this chest to the ground, spilling silver coins all over the hallway. And some of the crewmen who were standing with him break away and start filling up their pockets with coins. And he looks very, very mad at you. And unfortunately, it's his turn. Very well. It wouldn't have felt right taking the ship without violence anyway. If that's what you want. He reaches back with his face, and the cold is coming. This is going to be very difficult to see who this actually hits. Because he's standing here. He gets a 15-foot cone. Pretty much everybody. Zook, you're back here on this, in this like corner of this room.
Yeah, I was
we're
kind
on
of tucked
We are on
back
opposite
there.
sides of him right now.
Yeah,
Where are
it
you
looks
at?
like it might not hit Tarin.
So it won't hit Tarin, but he's going to get the bulk of you. Everybody make a Constitution save, DC 12.
You know, I knew I should have tucked myself further back into that room.
Do any of you have cold resistance, just out of curiosity?
Nope.
Okay.
And failed.
Ah, good. 17.
17 plus, what'd you say, Constitution?
Constitution save, yes.
So yeah, I got 19.
If you passed, you take 3 damage. If you failed, you take 7 damage.
Alright, so I'm down to 5.
Back to 4 hit points. That's where Adric lives. Is 4 hit
4
points.
hit points. That's pretty...
Yep.
So, and Zook, you took 3.
Zook.
Zook, whatever.
3.
You took 3 damage?
Oh no, I'm sorry. He's at 3 hit points. He's no longer at home. That means beast mode can be activated.
And Orphan took 7, yes?
No,
I don't know who passed and who failed.
I took 3.
You took 3, okay. So who took the full 7? Adric did?
Adric.
Okay. And he reels back with his breath of just flurry of ice. And Tarin flattens himself up against the wall, which is kind of appropriate considering I've got gaming crotch down here. But the rest of you just feel the full brunt of it. You've never felt anything so cold in your life. It's like the dragon breath covers you and it does a lot of damage. Swen takes it as well, and he can't handle it. He falls backward and flatlines. He is slumped over unconscious. He hit a couple of the crew members too. I'll say 2 of them scrambling in the edge of the hallway, and they're just dead. They just froze to death. Their horrible corpses twisted on the floor, covered in ice. And that goes to Orphan.
Alright. Let's see. Alright, I'm going to... How far can I move on this? How far back?
You can move up to your movement, which is 30 feet.
Which is
Each square is about 5 feet, so about 6 squares.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, well... I'll move about right here.
Okay.
And... Let's see. I don't have a great persuasion score, but I'm gonna make a try anyway.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say... What was his name? Warwinax?
Warwinax.
Jeez, and you accuse us of getting people hard to pronounce names. Warwinax, I helped carry you up to the beds when you were injured. I helped get you out of bondage, and this is how you repay me? And I get a 14 on that. Yeah.
Basically what Adric said, except a lot more diplomatically.
It's just, as you're saying it though, you see the rage you saw last time start to fill up his face. And you're not even sure if he's hearing your words. You get the distinct impression you were way beyond the point of negotiation with Morwonax.
Alright.
Zook!
Oh, sweet Jesus.
His Lork.
Alright. Apparently negotiation's not going to work. I don't want to be anywhere near this dude. Do I have a line of sight to him to shoot a bow right now?
Yeah. Yeah.
Would you give me that?
Yeah,
I know
line
that
of
we're
sight.
not playing.
You're fine.
All right,
If you hop up on
I'm
one of
gonna
those
shoot-
beds, you can shoot over the dwarf's head easily.
All right, so my bow is 1d6. All right, so I'm gonna take a. I guess we're doing this. All
I
right.
point out when I said dogpile him, that's what I meant. It was
Alright.
pretty obvious.
You said dogpile and everybody started to negotiate.
Well,
Your
oh,
bowstring
no, I guess
snaps, and nothing happens.
Wait, so
Sorry.
does that mean I lose my bow for the rest of the fight?
No, it just means you miss this one attack. You're going to spend the next round
Oh, okay.
restringing your bow or whatever, and then you'll be able to attack next round. It's just an automatic miss on a 1. I
But I
could
can
make a
move
critical
after-
fumble table if you guys wanted to.
No, I'm good.
No.
But I can move after action, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna tuck myself back into this little room so he can't dragon breath me again. Well, you can't do that again anyhow. But
Who
I'm
still
just
has healing
getting that last
potions?
hit.
Let me ask that.
I've
Nope.
also got one.
I have one.
So Zook has one, and who has the other one?
I do.
You have
No,
one.
you don't. I used it on you.
Oh, you used the one I had.
Yeah,
I
by the
used
way,
mine first, and then I used yours.
Okay, I will remove that from my inventory list.
Okay, so there's just the one, and Zook has it. All right,
Yeah.
There are the 2 critical potions in the cabinet, though.
there are,
That
yes.
was just one. It was just one.
Oh, that's right. The
Because
Dragonborn.
Doc,
Oh, that's right, you're right.
Doc gave the one.
There is the one left. So we are at Swent's turn, but Swent's a little bit not alive right now, so we are to Tarin.
I'm going to cast
Oh, no, you
Orphan
skipped me, yo.
Agathis.
Did I skip you? Because I
Yeah.
don't like you. But no, you're right.
All right.
You can go ahead and beat him up. Do it.
I'm gonna jump up here, grab and freaking headbutt his ass.
Headbutt him. All right, his AC is 12, so beat a 12. No, I'm sorry, his AC is 14. That'll do it. That's a 17.
Four.
4 damage. Okay, and you
Yep.
take the bonus attack. Bonus attack.
Yes, sir.
I mean, I would.
why wouldn't you?
It's free.
The kidney kick,
16.
or whatever it is
That
that
hits.
Dragonborns have instead of kidneys.
Headbutt and then into the kneecap.
How much damage total?
That's another 4. 8.
See, you look around at all your friends who are trying to negotiate with this obviously enraged Dragonborn, and
Hey, I tried to shoot him.
you said you just thought you were going to negotiate with your fists and knees and other
I
flurry of
said-
blows.
I said I gave him a chance. I said, look, dude, we saved your ass twice. We let you free twice, and this is how you fucking repay us. Okay, no more talking. It's punchy time.
So you rain the blows down on him, and you're definitely hitting some vital parts. You have experience fighting Dragonborn before in the arena, so you know
Yep.
kind of where to go to not hit that dragon carapace. So you get a good few solid hits in, and he definitely feels it. All right, Tarin.
I'm just casting Armor of Agathis and moving to make sure he can't move past me.
Okay, so go ahead and put yourself where you need to be.
Some nice fresh
He's
water.
boxed in right now, right?
He is, yeah, right now because he's got Adric on one side and you on the other.
Yep.
So he would have to
I will.
pass a
I will
strength
mentally
check to
tell the
barrel
2
through.
guys in the. Sorry.
What are you
I'm
going to
gonna
do, the 2
mentally
guys?
tell the 2 guys in the guard room, do not get involved.
Oh, these guys were already involved and they got blasted with cold.
Oh, okay,
No, they're
those guys
dead.
got it. Okay.
No, they were out in the hallway ready to
I thought it
seize
was random
Orphan.
guys that aren't on the map.
Oh no,
Okay.
sorry. No, they were ready to seize Orphan and drag her upstairs. The melee broke out. They got caught in the blast of that dragon breath and they went down.
That's when they were trying to scrounge silver pieces off the ground instead of dodge, right?
Pretty much,
Yeah.
yeah. They're pirates. Their greed got the best of them. So you put on Armor of Agathis. You put your chip in the bowl. You did. Okay, good. All right, Warlock gets the turn now.
Yeah.
He spins around to you, Adric.
Of course he does.
Of course, you're the closest.
Yep. Probably gonna drop me too.
All right, hold on a second here. I gotta. Give me 1 second here, guys.
What's up?
All right, just hold on 1 second, okay? My
Okay.
friggin' webcam is not in the proper space. I just want to.
Oh, you've actually got Brickface on there?
No,
On your stream?
I didn't, but I need to turn it on
Oh.
for this. Because okay, there it is.
Oh.
There's my brick face. Look at this fucking roll. Look at this fucking roll.
What is it?
It's a 1.
Nice.
He rolled a fucking 1. Are you seeing this shit?
Our enemy had to do that at some point. At some point, the dice were going to get
That kind
our
of
way.
evens out the
Alright,
earlier
I
attack.
just want everyone to know, Adric got big old fucking testicles right here. These big old testicles like freaking swinging balls just left and right.
He rears back with his quarterstaff, and he is insanely. You've never fought someone quite this angry before. He rears back, and it's kind of awkward because he's in a little bit of a narrow space, and he swings this staff, and you hear a crack like it. How fast it's traveling, and you duck right underneath it, and he takes out a chunk of the wall behind you. Planks shatter and go flying backwards into the mess, and you just right underneath it, and you bounce back up, and he has missed you completely.
Damaging your fine ship now, are you, Captain?
Oh, taunt him! Yes, that's the good idea.
I thought for a second he was going to slip on his dragon ice.
Now here's what he gets right now because he's raging. When he actually when he actually fucking hits you, he gets an extra +2 damage. For the duration of combat, he has resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing. So that fucking sucked. The crew don't get to do anything because they're frozen to a pile of silver pieces on the ground, and now it's back to Orphan.
Okay. Let's see. Am I able to get in here to help?
For a melee attack, only if you want to switch places with Adric, which means you would be probably the target of his next melee attack.
Yeah.
If Adric
Just
wants
so
to switch
just so
places
know,
with you, I'll let it
I probably won't
happen.
be able to eat it.
'Cause
Just so you know, I probably won't be able to eat it.
Y'all remember I'm turtling up here with the last potion of healing, too.
Right.
That's true. Okay, I am going to switch places with Adric then.
Fair
Because-
enough.
Okay.
Because I've got more HP right now. I'm in better shape.
You probably still won't survive a full hit, but okay.
Yeah. Well, when have I ever? All right. So seeing that Adric is putting himself on the line for me, I charge back into the fray and push him aside so I
Okay.
can get in there and get some good character blows on Warwinax.
All right, let's do it.
All right.
His AC's 12. Don't roll a 1. There's been too many of those tonight.
Oh my god.
Nick,
The
dude.
one.
What did Brick say?
You had to do exactly one thing,
These dice are fixed.
and you didn't do it.
Okay.
Listen, if you had let me die earlier, I would not be rolling ones now.
That's true. If I had just let you die, it would have been fine.
That is technically correct.
So you do try to get in there, but I mean you and Adric got to switch places, and it's a little too hectic. You just can't get a blow on him. He just throws it aside with his stick, and he levels it down at you. Zook. Best name in the party. I'm saying that right now.
What's that?
Zook.
You have the best character name in the party.
I love it. That's why I picked
I
it.
at first misspelled it on like my little note sheet here. I wrote Zuke.
Oh, that's good too. I just
good,
took the
too.
spelling that was in the player's handbook. Where can I go somewhere where I can actually hit him with an arrow? Oh, wait. First question. He's occupied, right?
Oh yeah.
He is, yes. He is engaged
And
with
With Orphan.
no, because Adric disengaged him, so he's not.
Yeah.
And he
Can I?
both
Can I
yeah,
shoot
two misses
past,
happened. So.
Can I shoot
Oh,
past
okay.
Kirby if I step back here?
Absolutely, yeah, no problem.
All right. So I'm gonna step back here, and I'm gonna fling an arrow at him for hopefully some bonus damage.
With your hands.
But you won't get the
Huh?
stealth attack bonus because he's not currently engaged. He hasn't been engaged in anybody this past round.
Yeah.
I thought that that one swing and miss doesn't count. Oh no, because the round's starting over.
Right.
That's fine.
That definitely hits. Yes.
Okay. Woohoo! That's 5.
5 damage.
Yeah.
Put an arrow. Should I put it in his knee, guys? Should I cross that line?
Sure.
Well, no, I already
He's
kicked him in the knee.
a dragonborn. He's got more interesting places to put it than a
You
knee.
pull back and launch this arrow at him, and you catch him high in the chest because you're trying to aim over the dwarf's head, and your arrow flies true, and it plows right in between some scales, and you see the blood start to seep into the cloths that he's wearing, and he reels backwards, almost bumbles right into Tarin, but it goes deep. It bites real hard into him. Swent is still a little bit dead, so we go to Adric.
He's still standing?
Yeah. He's hurting real bad, though. He is bloodied by far.
Dart.
Throw a dart at him?
Dart.
Do it.
That's why
I
we
didn't know
have
he had a
darts.
dart.
We all
I
have.
do.
A lot of us have 10 darts.
Yeah, that 17 will hit.
Yeah, okay, so I just need to figure out what was the damage on Dart. D4.
I've got a crossbow, but with Eldritch Blast, I don't really know why.
Yeah.
7 damage.
You
That
reel
was a
back
good
with this
dart.
dart. And you're like, you feel bad inside. 'Cause you're like, why am I not punching him? This just feels wrong.
I know!
But you sling this dart, and it flies forward, and it just plunges itself into his other eye, into his good eye.
Oh,
And
no.
his neck snaps backwards, and he lets out this roar, this just unearthly, horrible roar. And then
No.
his hand opens, and his quarterstaff clatters to the ground, and he falls
No.
backwards and crashes into a pile of silver coins.
Save his ass. Save his ass.
Do you not
We
want him
really
to die?
want to do this again.
You can
No,
leave him
fuck
alive if you want. That was it. He had 7 hit points left, and that was it.
Could leave him alive and blind.
It's your choice. If you don't want to kill him, you can say that hit didn't kill him.
I do not want to kill him.
Then
I'm
he-
not going to stop you, but
He's bleeding profusely from a very deep wound in his chest and in his face, and who knows how many
Aaron is
internal
obviously
injuries.
very conflicted right now, but he's not going to stop you.
I mean, you'll have to stabilize him quickly.
He's had too many chances. I'm not gonna move.
So what's happening? gonna start
If
making
nobody
death
else
saves.
if nobody else is fucking stepping forward, I'm going to fucking use whatever the hell I know to fucking stop this bleeding.
Okay, make a
Like I said, I'm
medicine.
not gonna stop you.
Make a medicine check.
I got a +3 on that.
Okay, you just gotta beat DC 10.
I basically just applying pressure.
Okay.
14.
Yeah, you stabilize him, but he will not be awake until he regains hit points. But for right now, he's alive. I mean, you got it for whatever. I don't know why you're doing this, but okay, he's stabilized.
Alright, make sure he doesn't bleed out. Put him back in the brig, but fucking gently this time.
I'll
Well,
carry him.
Okay. Many of the crewmen witnessed this, Tarin, and at this point, there is no question who is the captain of this boat. This dragonborn tried to seize control, and you and your companions put him in his place. They don't quite understand why you let him live,
yeah.
but so you're burying a couple more crewmen. Fuck it, we'll say Swent lived, just barely. We'll bring him back next session. Does anybody do anything else in this session?
Oh, yeah.
Anything else you wanted to do?
Not this session, but next
Can we-
session, first
can
thing
we
I'm
divide-
doing is talking to the navigator and finding out if he already knows where this mountain is.
Okay, so you're
Divide
gonna
up the gold.
divide up the treasure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let me subtract what Zook already took.
Which they don't know about.
No, they don't.
I'm gonna actually ask Arvin what the crew's fair share is.
Arvin snorts and says nothing until we get to port.
Yeah, no kidding.
Alright, I'm going to read off what this treasure is, and you all
I
can
will
decide
step away for a moment. Step away for a moment.
Wait, you're stepping away? You're leaving? Come back.
Where's Dole going?
Alright, I'm going to read off this treasure. Tarin, it's going to be up to you how it gets divided, unless anybody in the party wants to stand in your way. It takes over the course of a day to actually catalog everything in this treasure room.
Okay.
But in addition to all the stores and things down below deck, you have more than enough store as far as food, grog goes, and repairs for the ship are underway. In the treasury, here's what you find. 1,000 pieces of copper, 10,020 silver pieces, 2,765 gold pieces, and 130 platinum pieces. You find the 4 black onyx mirrors. They're crystal mirrors with black adornments around the edges. They're identical, except each one is, at the top, has a carving with a different wind spirit. One for the north wind, one for the south wind, etc. You find a scratched golden chalice. At one point it was set with gemstones, but they've long since been pried out.
Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that.
You find a blue metal ring that has no adornment on it at all. It looks like it would be iron, except the coloration of it is a very light blue. You find a pair of very heavy steel gauntlets.
Ooh.
There is the extremely well-made dwarven plate mail armor. You count 12 kegs of elvish pear wine. And a great stock of expensive trade goods. Silks, spices, perfumes, things of this nature. A great, just casks and casks of them, just piles of good stuff. Anything that was too costly to put down in the hold of the ship. You also have, in your room, in the captain's room, he had his personal chest, which you had the key to. What did you do with... Well, first of all, what did you do with what was on... Oh, he gave you the longsword. You already had that. In the captain's room, you find he had a woodworking bench with fine tools and materials. And over the course of the next day or two, you learned from the crew that the statue of the ocean deity that they revere was actually his work. He put a lot of craftsmanship into that.
Does he have anyone else on the ship who would be on similar, who he trained, who would be able to repair it?
Nobody as skilled as the captain, but yeah, people are already working to repair it. They'll get that done. He also had his own chest, which you have a key to.
Yep.
In that chest, you find 60 pieces of copper, 14 pieces of silver, 21 pieces of gold, 7 pieces of platinum, and about 20 gold pieces worth of miscellaneous gems. He also has upon his desk the ship's log, all of the men working on the ship. He has their names and ports of call. He also has a key in his room, which Arvin tells you is a duplicate key that was carried by the necromancer. His room was on the opposite end of the ship, in room number 4 here. But we'll leave that for next session.
Good news is, next session I'll probably be able to detect magic if I remember the class feature I get at second.
Yeah, because I took Detect Magic at Will as my Warlock invocation.
Yeah,
that's the first one I took.
Nice.
I'm pretty sure I'm taking that and probably Dark Vision, but I'm not 100% sure on the second one.
What else did I take? I took... Oh, Mage Armor at Will was the other one I took. Alright, that's the end of the session.
Alright.
Everybody survived, despite Nick's best intention. That's how quickly fights can go south. I was expecting you guys to have the mate in that fight.
That didn't happen.
Do you guys all know how to level
Our
up?
pirate buddy that we did have left alive, is he still on top deck?
No, he's going about his business. He is the only elite fighter left.
Yeah, we only have one left. And was he the one that we originally made the deal with?
He is.
Yes.
Yes.
That's the one?
Yeah.
Okay.
What was
tried
his-
to
I gotta
shoot
get his
his
name.
His name.
I'm sure we know his name by now. I'm sure.
His name is Balin.
Bailey? Okay.
Balin.
Balin,
He
okay.
doesn't have any class levels. He's just a pirate. But sometimes the unimportant characters turn out to be the important ones.
Yeah,
I was
right?
expecting Landor to survive and have him carry on being the mate, but he did. That didn't happen.
Maybe Balin is now the mate.
What do you do with the warhorse, Captain? It's still down there. You come to learn. Orphan tells you that was the necromancer's warhorse that he brought on board, and he's wearing, or he's not wearing it, but he has horse armor, and they removed the bridle from the set of horse armor to.
Did it cost $5?
I was just about to ask how much did the horse armor cost.
It's made of silver, so it's extremely
It's
valuable.
expensive. Yeah.
So yeah, at least $5 DLC.
You also come to learn the necromancer's name was Gendrid. And do you guys know how to level up? Because I can give you the denouement while you're doing that.
Yeah, it's pretty easy.
Just want to flip to the class page in your PHB. Go down to the bottom of your character sheet. You can add the level 2 right there, and then put in what features you get, and just take your features and spells and stuff. And I'll go over it because we can make sure it's done right.
Show.
So while you guys are doing that, what you come to learn over the next few days, you get to meet the navigator. His name is Ryler. He has no particular loyalty to Captain Bren. He didn't even know who Captain Bren was until he came aboard the ship. He was hired as a navigator because Gendrid paid for passage on the ship because he wanted to complete a ritual that would bring great glory to his god, or so he told the captain, and great wealth to the captain of the ship. And Bren believed him. Popular opinion amongst the men is that Bren was enchanted, and that he wouldn't have agreed if not for the necromancer's great magic. But nobody knows the details of the ritual, but they said that he was given the VIP cabin up at the bow of the ship. That's where the necromancer was staying. That's where you're directed to look for more information on what he was doing. But one of the things Gendrid brought aboard the ship was a pair of glowing green emeralds that the captain affixed to. He has a Sahagwin, what's it called? Sculpture on the bow of the ship, like a fierce-looking Sahagwin sculpture. And they took out the Sahagwin's eyes and affixed it with these 2 emeralds. And what the emeralds allowed the ship to do is sail to vast and faraway oceans without having to traverse the space.
Oh,
That's
wow.
what I was thinking.
Over the next few days, what you all discover, and you don't even need any kind of astronomy or navigation, you can tell the night sky on the clear nights is not the sky you know from your homelands. You are certainly someplace else. But as to why the necromancer was collecting you from your various ships, you have no idea. Popular opinion amongst the men is that you still have 1 emerald in place. Destil, what do you do with that second emerald? Do you leave it in the...
That's going in my pouch along with the keys.
Okay, you're going to take that. So you have someone climb over the front of the ship. They gouge it out of the sculpture in the bow and hand it over to you. But apparently without the both of them together, the magic won't function and the ship won't be able to go anywhere. And the reason...
Well, that sucks.
Like, it can still sail, it just can't travel magically. And the reason this is causing so much unease amongst the men is because right now you are on an ocean in whatever world Fred is from, and nobody else on the ship is from here. There are no familiar ports of call. You don't even have charts of the sky. So you would be sailing blind on a ship that looks like a pirate ship.
If the navigator had any idea, either A, how to move around magically, or B, how to get around where we are. That answers that.
He knows how to sail. He can get you where you want to go. But no, he doesn't have charts of these oceans. He doesn't know what the coastlines would look like. The stars are all very unfamiliar to him. So he can sail you straight and true, but he can keep you in a straight line, but he can't guarantee you'll show up anywhere friendly. And without those emeralds, there's no... He knows how to activate them. He and the necromancer worked in conjunction to move the ship. But he knows how to activate them, but when you guys try it with just the 1 emerald, they do not function.
I want to find the person who's been sailing the longest
On the ship, that would be Arvin.
among the crew. Yeah,
That would definitely be Arvin.
and I want to ask Arvin, based on it, what's his best instinct is for a direction we should pick to sail to hit land from where we are. Anything he can think of, the way the wind, the sun, the surf, anything that makes him think there's a particular direction that would be better to go in.
This is alright, I've
Just
got
follow
an
your
idea.
instinct.
Come down to the mess. Brings you down to the mess. Sits you down at the table. And he hands you a pair of dice. Says, go ahead.
What kind of dice are they?
It doesn't matter. What he's telling you is that your guess is as good as his.
All
I
right,
have a
so-
skill with dice.
So one is north, and then they continue clockwise from that in quarter increments.
It seems that Warwanax thought
That was
that
fun.
there were mountains far to the north
But
that
this
he
is
was
the
going to
land
set
he's
sail
from.
for. But this is not the
But
ocean
that's-
he knew.
Okay, there we go. 5 would be southwest.
Okay, so you're going to sail. You set a course southwest. Ryler makes it happen. The general demeanor of the ship, like I said, it's uneasy, but it's not hostile because I guess the way most of the sailors figure it is wherever you end up, the ship is extremely wealthy. You have all the supplies you could possibly need. You can still ply your pirating trade. They'll still be able to leave the pirate life they love. But none of them are going home, and they seem to be learning that. Traeger, the old farmer, seems very unmoved by this information, and nobody speaks the girl's language.
I can, and she won't respond to me.
Do you tell her what you've learned?
I try and see if she just talks, because so far she's been completely non-communicative about anything.
Where do you put her up in the ship?
She should probably also be in our bunk, just because, yeah.
Oh, okay. So you guys are going to hand her around, you know? A little something, something? That's the impression she gets if you go to put her up in your bunk with you guys.
I think we should give her her own room.
There
She's
isn't
really
another
messed
her
up.
own room aside from the captain's room, that's the problem.
There's-
No, there are actually. There's the captain's
Oh.
room is here, the navigator's got a room here, and the first mate room is here, which currently stands
Okay.
empty.
First mate room is good then.
So you put her in the first mate's room?
Yeah.
Okay. What was in the first
So,
mate's
yeah.
room here?
Do I get anything if I try and talk to her telepathically?
After a couple of days, I mean, she doesn't open up to you. She doesn't really understand what's happening. She seems incredibly sad. So it's going to depend on what you actually tell her.
I'm just going to try and get her name to start.
Get her
and
name?
Anything she wants to tell me about herself.
Eventually, you get that her name is Fila. But she seems very hesitant to talk about the ship she was on, or the people she was traveling with, or what occurred there. But her name is Fila.
Will she tell? And she won't tell me like where her home is, like the port or the ship or anything like that.
She's very hesitant to talk about any of that. And now that she's not clutching a blanket anymore, she has a very dark complexion, very dark brown skin, black hair, and she's wearing, I mean, it's tattered and tarnished now, but when you first took her up out of the holds, she's wearing like a kind of opulent dancer's outfit. It looks very exotic to your eyes. It has, it's like made of fine silks. She's wearing a cloth of gold vest over it. A lot of it's very tattered now because she's just been a prisoner for so long, but at one point they would have been considered fine vestments. Also, at one point she had a lot of golden jewelry, but that was taken from her and put in the treasury. If you identify it and return it to her, she takes it humbly, but she doesn't make any motion to take anything else on the ship as her own. Is that it? You're done with Fila?
Yeah, actually, I'm looking at spells and stuff right now.
Oh.
I'm good.
All right.
And I think I'm pretty good for right now for this session, unless anyone else has anything they want to do.
I just wanted to mention that I'm gonna spend some time trying to talk to, keep talking to Traeger, keep trying to keep his spirits up.
You're not able to lift his spirits, and tell very quickly that he tries not to be impolite, but he really doesn't like being around you. Many of the crewmen don't. Swent is fine. Fred loves everybody. Balin is fine around you. Many of the crewmen have come to accept you, but just as many of them are very apprehensive to even be in the same room as you. Fila doesn't want to be anywhere near you. And Traeger, he's polite, he responds to your questions, but he would much rather not be around you.
Is everyone pretty okay with the gnome?
Yeah, I mean, after a day or two, they find you to be very witty and charming. You're kind of becoming the ship's mascot.
I'm okay with that.
All right, so I'm gonna go down to the brig, and just gonna lean up against the wall. Look at this guy. That's 3 you owe me.
You know he's
wait.
lying.
Do you do this while he's awake?
Yeah.
Did you restrain his head at all?
No.
Then he blows frost breath at you.
Okay, I'll take it.
And he does it every time you go down to visit him, and it fucking hurts. But it can't kill you. It can't do enough damage to kill you outright.
Is this some sort of weird monk training I'm just not familiar with?
Alright, so...
No!
This is the reason that Adric eventually branches out into like the elemental schools. Is he's getting hurt with frost all the time.
Yeah, pretty much.
He's like, dude, I'm just coming down here until I get innate frost resistance. I'll be out of your hair.
Yeah.
One more issue to address, Tarin. And it's going to be your decision.
Okay.
You have charge of a ship called the Stygian that is painted pitch black, and the sails have a rather fierce and hostile-looking Sahagwin warrior on them. You have the resources on your ship to rebrand it however you see fit.
Hey, Fred. What's the friendliest creature you can think of?
A Flumph!
Maybe so.
So you're gonna sail the Flumph?
Yes.
Do you actually have a monster manual, Destil? Do you actually have one?
I do not have the 4th or the 5th edition monster manual. I know what a Flumph is.
Oh, okay. So that's what he says. Oh my god. So okay,
This
we're
is
gonna.
Fred's world, right?
You have to describe a Flumph to these sailors, but they look at each other. Somebody post a picture of a Flumph
Yeah,
in the chat.
you can't describe.
You can't describe what the Flumph looks like. So yeah, they set to work repainting the ship and stitching a Flumph on the fucking sails.
It looks kind of like a jellyfish. It seems appropriate.
It does seem appropriate considering the captain is a warlock, having an aberration as. So here we are on the SS Flumph.
I wanted a madness-inducing sigil of unspeakable horror, but I couldn't get a guy with 4-dimensional paints.
Fred said it jokingly, but after he sees that you are gonna follow through on it, he is overjoyed.
I like Fred. Fred is my
Fred
favorite.
becomes the ship's entertainer. When he pulls his equipment out of the barracks, pretty much all he had was a lute, and he sets to work keeping the crew's spirits up with jokes and stories of all manner of bawdy tales and songs, and everybody loves Fred with 2Ds.
We're gonna have to actually drill Fred for information on anything about this world.
Okay. Oh, by the
Is he
way,
ever serious or?
by the way, McDohl, you were supposed to have
Yeah.
Fred in that fight up top too, but you fucking clobbered him, and he was down to 2 hit points. And he's a bard, so he would have been really helpful.
He was really aggravating me there.
Wait, hold on. Oh, I forgot that you gut punched Fred. God
I
damn it.
did! That's why Fred wasn't with you fighting the captain and the necromancer.
Okay.
Fred has a spell called Vicious Mockery, okay? So.
Well,
What does
It
that do
worked.
in this edition?
Fred's spell worked really well, but unfortunately it worked on Adric.
He didn't even cast the spell. It must have happened unconsciously. So that brings us to the end of the session. Once everybody's done leveling up here.
Yeah, I'm done, I think.
mine was easy. I'm done.
Okay, so you got unarmored
Let's see.
movement and you got some key powers. What do these key powers do for you?
All right.
Flurry
so
of
you got
blows.
3
Actually, I know what these are. I know what these are because I have a monk in the group, in my group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Zook has cunning action. What does cunning action do, Zook?
It's pretty cool. I get an extra action in every combat. I can throw in a dash, a disengage, or a hide in any action combat.
And you know what those 3 actions do?
Dash is I can move an extra 25, right? Like
Yes.
it's exactly so I can do that. So I can run up, stab, and then run away, which is cool.
Now, are these as actions or as bonus actions?
These are all extra actions.
Bonus actions, okay. Then, yeah, you could run up, you can stab, and then you can disengage and use the rest of your movement to get away. So that would be cool.
Yeah, and that's all I get. And I rolled a 6, so I get 8 HP.
Okay.
So are we back to full? We fully
Yes,
rested.
long rest, everybody gets all their hit points and all their hit dice back.
Yeah.
I rolled a 6 as well, so I get 8 hit points as well. So I'm up to 18 now.
All right, make sure everybody puts down that they have 2 hit dice down there.
All right. I rolled
And
a 5.
Tarin,
So
he's taking
5.
Hex. Hex is a good goddamn spell. I love
Yeah,
that
because
spell.
now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Detect Magic, and I'm going to take the thing where I can cast False Life at will, so I don't need I won't need armor anymore for a while. I'll probably take it back later. So I'm going to trade out my 3rd spell for something else too.
Well, I opened up the chat window here for the first time in hours, and I see that Mr. stepped up and posted a picture of the friggin' Flumph.
I love it. Let me actually look at this picture of a Flumph. What is a Flumph?
That's what's now emblazing your sails, and they are
That is
working on
badass.
creating a carving to set on the bow of your ship.
That
I
is
desperately
badass.
want fan art of us standing on the bow of this ship now.
Of the Flumph.
Of the
All
Flumph.
right, and we got 40 people watching at quarter to midnight. That wasn't bad. How did you
not
like it,
bad.
chat?
Not bad.
Let's give ourselves a round of applause.
Yay!
I
I had
enjoyed
fun.
it.
That was a good game.